think we now have audio and video, so I think we are ready to go.
Printed out a number of things, but I didn't print out the, I didn't print the agenda.
How have you been?
Yeah, how about you?
Not
I took a picture of my tree, but I haven't sent it to you
Together here.
yet.
Do what?
I took a picture of my tree,
Oh, there's
but
one.
unfortunately,
Not
I
that-
haven't sent it to you
She
yet.
just suddenly told me Charles wasn't gonna be there, so I
Here you go.
gotta fake it again.
Oh, good, okay, you can, oh, she got you one.
Oh, thank you. Just so I follow the order here since,
You want the stick?
oh, I don't know. Gee,
It's not
this
official.
is pretty official.
I know it.
May the meeting of the White House Economic Development Corporation come to order for our meeting today, June 15th at 12 p.m. We'll start with the roll call.
Yes, sir. Bob Breedlove, Charles Parker, Ernie LaFleur,
Here.
John Chambers, Maria Davenport,
Here,
Tom Trimble,
Here.
and Jerry Akins.
Here.
We barely have a quorum.
Okay. I guess the first order of business is approval of the minutes. I wasn't in attendance for that meeting, so I can't comment.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Presentations. Do we have any presentations? I don't think we do today.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything there in D, do you think we need to comment on?
We didn't have anyone sign in for public forum.
Yeah, okay. And E, discussion and consider the action on the recommendation of the city council for an election to reallocate sales tax revenues to increase the contribution rate for EDC activities. Yeah, that's been brought up previously as an important action item. What role, I guess Leslie, you'd be the best to say, what role should the EDC take in?
So, as you all know, we currently have $0.015 of sales tax allocation, and right now, 1/8, am I gonna say this right? 1/8 of a penny goes to the EDC, 3/8 of a penny goes to sales tax to reduce property tax. We'd like to increase the EDC portion of the sales tax allocation to 1/4 cent, and then another 1/4 cent. I believe on the ballot language it's gonna have to be worded as general revenue, to go to the city, but I know the city council expressed a desire to allocate that specifically for infrastructure improvements in the future. So, I guess what we're looking for is an official recommendation from the Economic Development Corporation supporting that, election so that they can put it on the ballot. It's not required.
No, but
That the EDC make a recommendation, but we wanna make sure you all support that. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Right.
It would double your fund balance every year, so,
Oh, boy.
it would make sense to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So we just wanna we'll need to be very deliberate in our communication to the public to make sure that they understand there's no intention of raising property tax, because anytime you're abolishing the sales tax to reduce property tax, it sounds like your property tax is gonna go up, that's not the intent. It reduces the amount of money that we collect now, in the general fund, and so we would just be capturing that in the general fund for infrastructure improvements rather than it arbitrarily appearing to reduce our property tax rate.
Okay.
So
Anybody have any questions or anything?
So as an action item, what we're doing is we're gonna, we
I
have
just
to.
want a formal recommendation from this
Okay.
body supporting moving forward with that election.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking
I make a recommendation, but I cannot repeat everything that you
That's
just
okay.
said.
Just, that we move forward.
A ballot measure to increase the allocation for EDC.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
No, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it really does.
It really just boils down to a couple of lines on our property tax calculation sheet right now. And so getting rid of that, we're the only ones in Smith County that I know of that do it every year. I have to get on the phone with the head of our tax attorney firm in Austin to figure out, to make sure we're calculating it correctly, because there are so few people that do it that it's just an anomaly. So getting rid of that and just allocating those funds to the general fund so that we can turn around and reuse them in the community just makes a lot of sense. So.
When we talk to others in the community about, I could see people saying, well, gee, I haven't seen the EDC do anything, so why do they need more money?
because we don't have enough to do anything.
That was what I was gonna suggest, is that we don't have enough to really buy properties or something to encourage development, so. I don't know, what do y'all think?
Since we've done the ballot measure to allocate funds to the EDC, we've seen over $100 million worth of new construction in our community. Now, that's a mix of residential and commercial. But because of that residential growth, we're starting to see some of the commercial growth coming through. And we anticipate that that's only gonna amplify as our community continues to grow. And so we wanna make sure we're in the best position to attract the kinds of companies that we want here. And increasing that funding will help us do that.
And it also let us
Highway
hire,
jobs, stuff like that.
Excellent answer.
hire an executive director to oversee it all, because
Right.
without it,
To
we're gonna
help be
go.
more
It's gonna-
proactive in attracting those companies, so. Look at what we've done with an eighth of a penny so far.
Right.
You know, and we have done some projects, and while the EDC didn't necessarily fund them, but we've done some utility relocations for both Starbucks and Whataburger to make those projects come through. So the city has done some investment to make sure that we're, attracting companies to our community, so. That's what I was, $100 million in construction since we started.
Yeah, boy, that's a good, excellent answer.
It is, yeah.
That's a really good answer.
That's fantastic.
And I'm sure there were many factors driving that,
Right.
but there's been a focus on more development and showing up, whether it's all EDC or not.
And it has to be smart development, otherwise it's just all over the board, so this is how you get smart development.
Okay. Bob, just for you, we just had a vote on the, expanding the sales tax collections to make the EDC a quarter of a penny versus an eighth of a penny. Great. That's a plan of the city, and we just passed a resolution supporting it. Okay, work plan subcommittee reports.
Yes, sir. There was a report, staff report in your packets that outlined, all of the information that I was given from each subcommittee. Thank you all for sending that to me. Were there any questions or anything that you all would like to discuss while we're all here together?
Well, I guess we can just ask each, business retention and expansion, who's leading the charge on that?
That would be me.
Okay. Anything you'd like to, point out or highlight from your report?
Just that, the businesses that I've been in contact with they seem, open and eager for what we're doing for the most part. And so we're in the process of just gathering good, solid contact information where we can email most of the surveys, I'm sure, and then the ones that don't want email can be followed up in person. But that's what we're doing, is trying to collect a database and get those things ready for that survey. I did send that draft of the survey to Mr. Mullins, and I don't know if he remembered who I am, but I don't have a response from him. So as we go along, I'm sure we can get his input on that.
Is the chamber helping at all with that? In other words, it would seem like they ought to be able to, at one of their monthly meetings, say, gee, here's a please fill out this contact information or something to help you with that. Might be.
Well, do they have a database of membership? I might could look there for some. I didn't really think of that. It's a great idea.
They have a member directory online.
I've been going to websites and Facebook pages to get information, and
A lot of them are outside the city.
they have it on, I'm sorry.
They do have it online. They have it online, but
Yeah.
a lot of their members are outside the city limits, so I don't know if
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
change the focus, but
Okay.
I don't know if there's a way that I can pull.
Well,
I don't know.
the list you gave me though is fairly sufficient to get the information. I can just verify any of it if I need to with a chamber.
Okay. New and small business development, who is representing?
Do you want me to take that one, Jerry? Because you were on that
I'm
committee
on
too.
it, but I'm
so-
not the round.
Okay. So what, like Jerry was saying, I did provide a list to her for the business retention and expansion to be able to use. We have also looked at getting some CRM software, which will help, it's just a customer retention software. So we'll be able to, once we get all their data, we'll be able to put it in. We do have an item for that coming up, so I can tell you more about that software. I think that will help you even now. There's possibility of some help there of
Oh, good.
getting in touch with contacts. Leslie and I also did, I contacted the Souls College of Business, and Leslie and I met with them on the 12th. I thought that was a very, very good meeting. I think they will be able to help us in many, many ways. I don't fully understand it all just yet, so if Leslie, you want to talk just a little bit about that?
Sure. So we met with the director of the Souls College Business, Emmanuel Reyes, with the Hips Institute, and talked about some things, some services maybe that they can help provide, and just some general knowledge or research opportunities from them. And I think it really kind of got our wheels spinning on some things that we could potentially use them for. To quote them, it was kind of like, we want to be the Perryman of East Texas,
Yes.
but at a cheaper rate. Like, we understand. Because my question was, are we too small for you? You know, and they said, no, that's what we're here for. And so they're really interested in helping, particularly smaller communities and businesses,
Good.
with any research needs that they may have or analysis, those types of things. So they have a list of kind of white papers that they've done on their website, so we'll start coming through those and just kind of see what ideas we can kind of glean from that, and maybe some opportunities there. But it was a great meeting.
They do analysis of small businesses, individual businesses?
They will do individual business analysis and kind of market impact studies and economic impact studies for events and those types of things. We're going to look at that for some of the chamber stuff. But yeah, it was a great meeting. We're interested to kind of forge that relationship with them, and as things come up, maybe run some things by them on what we can do. So.
That's exciting.
Hibbs, you said Hibbs Economic?
It's the Hibbs
The
Institute.
Hibbs Institute at UT Tyler.
Yeah,
Kind of the
okay.
research arm of the College of Business.
Are they part of that Sloan Business?
The Souls
School?
College of Business, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they got it kind of going on over there, so that's great.
Yeah, they seem to focus more on smaller communities, rural communities, so that they're really excited that they were willing to help us, and kind of they want to fit that little niche that's kind of overlooked sometimes.
They're finishing up a study for Wood County right now, and I don't remember what their focus was for them, but yeah.
So will they do the kind of the strength, weaknesses, assessment, for the community, the whole community, to see what our assets are and to see where our weaknesses are, that kind of a thing?
The SWOT analysis?
SWOT, thank you, I couldn't bring that up.
So I do think one of the things we talked about was more like a retail leakage analysis. So we kind of told them what we were doing with trying to get all of our business information, surveys kind of in. We may have them take a look at that data once we get it back in.
They did say they could analyze that
Yeah.
for us.
Like, what's missing, what do we think we can reasonably attract, given our demographics, these survey analysis,
Good.
what we're seeing economically leave our community versus staying in our community.
Perfect.
So,
That's a great thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And are they doing this for a huge sum of money, or are they doing it to help the community?
so it's kind of on a case-by-case basis on whatever the study looks like, but, they've indicated that they try to be more economically reasonable than just hiring a third-party consultant,
Okay.
because they are a public institution. I mean, they do need to recoup their costs, and they're
Sure.
looking to grow their services, but I do think it's, probably gonna be more cost-effective than using an outside consulting
Right.
firm.
They might even be able to get some of it done with, like graduate student projects and
Yes,
things
yes.
like that.
Well, they can use the demographics pages from us.
Yeah, that y'all have.
So they save money on not having to do any of that work.
Right. We're not charging an hourly rate for studies that have already
Mhm.
happened.
Neat.
So they've done some, I went ahead and pulled up their website, so they've done like labor market occupational profile for Athens, they've done, standard of living comparisons for Tyler and other metropolitan statistical areas, economic impact analysis of some developments. Anyway,
I would be very curious in the labor market analysis for White House. It would be a good one.
If we have questions for it suddenly occurred to me, like these teams, I don't know all the chairpersons, like for that team, who's the official chairperson? If we got a question on that team, who are we supposed to talk to?
I'm on that team, but
Okay, so
I don't know.
tell
Oh, yeah, that,
I'm not the official chairperson.
We didn't elect an official chair.
So none of these, okay, that's what I even wanna know. I didn't know whether I get questions about it. I was like, was I somehow made a chairperson or something of this committee? Or what, but.
But you could be.
Yeah, I'm not looking for it, I can assure you. But that doesn't mean you don't get elected.
the other two have chairs though, don't they? Or the other committee? I mean, the other two committees.
Okay. All right, well, the next group is Team IQ, Incentives and Quality of Life.
Team IQ. I like that.
Yeah, that's about the only thing we've done.
Come up with an acronym.
come up with a good name.
Got a name. We're really just getting our act together. In fact, I'm still trying to get some information on, contact information from people on the team, and we were talking just before the meeting to meet with Leslie and just get a better handle on, what infrastructure maps and things that we have that we could look at and get a feel for, and just get an idea where the city's going on some things, just so we have some feel for that. On the quality of life, I'm familiar with the Parks and Rec side of things since I'm on that board, and they've been focused on Black Hawk Creek, and the big thing happening out there is a new pavilion, which has gotten great support from multiple businesses here in the city, where it's gonna be probably about a $35,000-$40,000 pavilion, and it's gonna cost us very little, because people are donating the slab, and another company is donating the structural material, and someone else is gonna do the sheeting, and so it's pretty kind of neat how that's coming together with very, pretty minimal resources.
Even just the benches are, it's just, even that is like, yay.
Yeah, so that's all good, and and there's a phase 2 development happening as far as expanding the trails out there, which is exciting, and so we've just started collecting money at the foundation there, and we don't have a lot, but we got like $9,000 or so of donations, so that's enough to start getting a few things started. So that's all positive as far as that goes. But that's really, as far as a team though, we are just getting our act together.
Well, I'll do, on a couple other things though, so this past Tuesday, we had our council meeting, we're in the midst of budget and trying to get that up and going, and we had a few parks projects identified that I think will probably move forward in the 2023-2024 fiscal year, which will be lighting field 6 out at the sports complex, that's the only field that doesn't have lights.
Oh, okay, lighting fields.
Expanding the parking, I think we can get an additional 55 parking spaces on the front side of those fields where everybody parks now anyway, it's just a giant mud pit. A lightning detection system, regrading all 6 fields. So I think all of that will be in next fiscal year's budget, paid for with American Rescue Plan funds.
So, the Field 6 does not have any lighting on it right now at all? And you are putting new lights up? Call through the energy efficiency deal with Encore.
Okay.
Contact, just go, there's a website, and that's something, if you don't have lights, you can, if you're getting new lights and you do energy efficiency light. But is that on us out there, or is that the co-op?
Oh, yeah, that's Cherokee.
It is co-op, never mind. Put up any lights you want.
Incandescent.
So those are some things we're working on. The parks plan, I had a meeting with them today. I expect we'll have our first public meeting on the Parks, Recreation and Trails Master Plan on July 12th. So that'll be exciting to get that part.
Okay, yeah, July 12th.
July 12th, and I haven't put it out yet because I haven't decided yet where it's gonna be.
That'll be a separate meeting, or is it part of a city council meeting, or?
No, it'll be a separate public input meeting,
Okay.
and we'll be putting more information out about that.
Okay. Let me see, then we have a team on business attraction and marketing.
We had one meeting,
Hey,
Zoom meeting, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Any idea what we talked about?
Any idea what we're talking about?
I guess we're looking at websites and
Yeah, so we're looking at options to do in-house websites rather than pay a company to do a website. I'm not 100% sure how that'll look, but it's a cheaper option and it gets you guys your own website quicker. Besides that, we talked about starting to post more on social media.
yeah.
Especially as like the different subcommittees start working on different projects and stuff along those lines, we can go ahead and share that out just so people can see on a very accessible platform what it is that the EDC does. Because I don't think everybody knows what the EDC does, so before the election coming up, it'd be good to kind of see what it is that you guys do.
yeah, that makes good sense.
And that's really as far as we got. I think as the subcommittee start moving forward on the projects that they're doing, that the marketing portion and then the business attraction portion will start to find its groove a little more, just because we'll have things to talk about and things to work on, but
Right.
unless I have anything to add.
You did a good job.
I know it's a long way down the road because we are not even assembled enough yet to do this, but are there, I mean, like, associations that have associated with in the past, this almost sounds silly to say it, but we would put together baskets of little things from the area that represented some of our best features in the area. A bottle of wine from a winery, and then, cookies or whatever is local that would highlight our local businesses. So maybe we could think about that as we go, that we could, it's also advertising for the businesses that do contribute those things to put together a little marketing piece for our community.
For new, like, people moving in and
Yes,
stuff like that.
yes.
That reminded me when we met with the Hips Institute, they were talking about they're working to put together some templates for smaller EDCs of just like fact sheets for your community and how to put
Yes.
it together. And so they're working on that, and so that they would be sharing that with us hopefully pretty quickly. So because we had talked, they'd asked what kind of marketing we do, and we're like none. We don't.
Not yet.
Right.
None right now. So hopefully we'll get some help on that end as well.
Do you think prior to this this is just a general question. Do you think prior to this, election and asking for a change in the, sales tax, that it would be good if the EDC had some project that we donated to or we took some lead on that we could talk about? I'm just throwing that out. We really don't have something we could say, okay, here's something the EDC's done that, you know, might be good at that.
I mean, I think we can point it, cause when there's something with the Starbucks,
We've done
In-
2 utility relocations,
Yeah.
one for the Starbucks and one for Whataburger Triple
Okay.
A's.
trying, you know, working with those those businesses to bring them in town and make sure they get here and get in the right places.
Well, that would be good, yeah. So we need some little, I guess that's something we put on the website, some little fact sheets of things that've been going on.
Yeah, maybe some kind of highlight sheet of new
Because those are big
construction, the
deals.
value of new construction, new businesses that have opened since the EDC started, maybe.
Yeah, jobs that were created in the community.
And so the template that you're talking about in the HIBs Institute, is that what they're gonna put the information together, or are they putting together like a layout?
A layout.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, once we get that from them, or even before we don't wanna wait on it, I can put something together with the information, whatever you guys want included on it. And I can talk more with the marketing, and we can kind of come up with something
Okay.
that's like a fact sheet, even something that can be shared on social media or on the website or on paper or however you wanna do it, so.
Well, Leslie, could have a little video clip with Leslie's,
Oh.
what you just stated at the beginning of the meeting was
I don't know
really
about
good.
that.
That was really good stuff.
Let's do that.
But anyway.
That'd be
anyways.
perfect.
Huh?
I like that.
Anyway, that's just an idea.
We'll find somebody else.
Well, we can-
Charles can do the video.
we can put some
Yeah.
bullet points or whatever. You probably have, you know, they might take you more seriously. Anyway, okay. What else? Administrative reports.
Way down, Ernie.
Oh, I jumped way down. Work plan, discussion, consideration, action to authorize executive director to enter into agreement with Bludot Technologies.
There we go.
Ha, ha, ha.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes, this is the CRM software that I was talking about. I put together a little staff report for y'all that outlines what they have for us. And Leslie and I were able to get in, they did provide us with a little free trial of their software, and it's very, very user-friendly. They offer a great deal of power to be able to collect your data. It'll analyze your data. They have templates that we can borrow. They have surveys. I know you did a lot of work on the survey, but they have some templates that
That's
we could
great.
use for that, just for it's a plethora of templates.
that's
It's
great.
hard for me to even tell you what all they have. But I thought what was one of the biggest draws for me is they have a database that she's already pre-populated for us with businesses that show to be in White House. And some of these are outside the city limits. Some of them are more of a home-based type business, but it's still all of the businesses
Yeah, it's still business.
that I didn't even know we had. So, and that all would be a part of, it's all a part of the quote here, the Bludot Business Database for $295. So, and we have unlimited users of the CRM software,
Oh, nice.
and don't.
Oh, so this is something we could all access and take, oh, that could be quite helpful.
Yes. It tracks all of your emails, it will track all of your phone calls, everything will be in one spot for that particular business.
So to access it, you'd access it from an app?
Yes. Yes.
It's just web-based.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not an app, it is web-based.
Oh, you'd have to log in, okay.
Right, so you have your login credentials, because that's one thing that, a question that Leslie had is if you're in a meeting with someone, how do you capture those, your meeting notes?
Right.
Your smartphone, anything, you can go online and log in and then put all of your notes in right there while you're talking.
So all this information that this team is collecting, we could upload and little notes
Yes.
about ownership or anything like that, any notes we can add.
Yes.
Yay.
Run reports, all kinds of things. Has a map, you'll be able to find all of the businesses on a map. If you prefer to look at it that way, you can look at it as a list.
Has all the NAICS codes already
Yes.
in, so you can pull
That's
businesses by industry. You have the ability to tag, add tags to each business, so if you were particularly interested in energy companies, you could pull those, whatever the case may be. So it's, I've seen some demos of things like, what's the big CRM, Salesforce.
Oh, yeah.
To me, this one is just as robust at a fraction of cost.
Oh, yeah, that
So-
Salesforce stuff.
And this is
also.
built by economic developers,
Yes.
Yeah.
particularly for economic development, and so it's really cost effective as far as CRM platforms go.
Can't believe they already built your database for you, and
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
It
Yeah,
is.
believe me, when you were saying the price, I was expecting to hear a much bigger number, $280. Yes.
That-
So what do you?
Did somebody already move that we
Yeah.
I'll
do
move
this?
that, I'll move that,
I'll second.
we accept the bid.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, and there you have it set up, so there may be some more onboarding, I'm sure, with some training and stuff that we need to do, but as far as I can tell, it's already a functioning product, so it'll be relatively low startup time.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that's good news.
Good job, Susan.
Discussion recommendations on economic development training by the Office of the Governor. Yeah, they did offer that at Tom's seminar.
They, when she came and spoke with us this last time, they offered it there and then she offered it to us again. And I know you all have said that you want to do that and we've talked about it, but I just want to be sure that everyone is clear on what all it will involve.
Yeah, that's good.
And when you really want to do this. Because it is, she said that it's a workshop. It can be done in one day, but it's a 4-hour day, which I know you all said you did not want that. So if it's spread out over 3 days, so it'd be 3 of our meetings, if I remember correctly, you had indicated you'd rather just do it at one of our monthly meetings, which is great, but the first 2 presentations are an hour and a half long. So it would be our entire meeting plus 30 minutes. And I know we have a lot going on with our subcommittees and trying to get those things together. So my question is, do you want to do this like within the next few months? Or do you want to wait and let the subcommittees get really moving and going? Just need some input.
Yeah.
I'm okay with any, I could do, if it's scheduled out far enough in advance, I could do 4 hours in a day. Or spread it out either way, but I do think we need to get the subcommittees locked in and get our plans with each one of them, and then go back. Or I don't know, if there's something in the Economic Development 101 that is gonna help us with the
That's
subcommittee.
what I
Right,
was going to
that's what I'm
ask.
thinking too.
I mean,
Would it
could
benefit
be,
us?
because I don't know all of the topics. You can find that out if you like.
I don't know. I'm with Tom. I could do 4 hours straight if it would get it in earlier and not wait till the subcommittees get going. I just think it would be a helpful link to get subcommittees going.
Yeah, I'm okay with scheduling 4 hours to do it.
Could you all send me some dates that you are not available for that type of
The
meeting.
week of the 4th of July.
Well, I know.
Yeah, is there a specific week or
I
weeks
mean,
you're
I'm
thinking?
thinking like September. I don't know what y'all's calendars look like, but to get a 4-hour block on my calendar right now is probably
In the fall.
September-ish.
September's fine with me. It's,
Okay.
you just send a date in September and I'll,
Yeah, I can work
Yeah.
around it too.
cause, I don't,
Kind of past summer and back into routines and
Right.
maybe a little bit easier.
Maybe do it on
But
a
is
regular
this-
meeting day, and just have the meeting keep going.
We can do that if
Yeah.
Thursday afternoons are good for most everyone to be able to do that.
Yeah. The only thing in September would be the third week in September, I won't be in country, so.
Well, we usually meet the third, would that be September 21st?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's our normal meeting date.
yeah, so if it's then off, I'm just, not that I have to be there, but I'm just letting you know I won't. That's 1 week. For months that I'm gonna be out of country.
What about the 14th?
Week before I could do.
that works for me.
14th works for me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
We'll have to see if it works
Yeah,
with her,
I'll
of
check
course,
with
but-
Betty Russo and see if that works for her.
Ooh, I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting on the plane, is on the phone.
And on the 14th, you're getting on a plane?
Yeah, then I'm out that following week,
Oh.
going to Barcelona.
Oh.
You
That's
can
still
WebEx in from the plane.
Huh?
Gonna Zoom us from the plane?
Well, but don't let me hold you up. That just happened to be a bad week for me.
We should depend on Leslie's calendar.
Yeah,
Well, if you get out past the 14th.
what about the 28th?
I can't do the 28th, but if Stephanie can, that's okay.
I'm good on any of those.
Yeah, normally I would be too. This was unusual that something planned way out.
Sounds like it's best.
28th?
28th? Okay.
I'll be in Paris, Texas.
You are?
It's like you haven't
I'll
told
be in
us
Paris,
this.
Texas.
Oh,
It's not nearly as
okay.
exciting.
I saw somebody set up a Europe and Texas tour, and it's a tour of going to all the towns that are named after European
Yeah.
cities. It actually looked kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will check with Betty Russo and see if September 28th, that afternoon, will work. Thank you.
Okay. Future agenda items. Anybody have any thoughts? I mean, getting our subcommittees up and going and having something to say, probably one of the biggest things.
Yeah, and when we were talking with the Hibbs Institute, they were really excited to hear what we were doing about our CRM software and just getting a good baseline of where we are. I think everything after that kind of hinges on that data and what we get back. So they were really excited to hear that's where we were kind of starting. So that's good.
Maybe we could have a demo or something of what's in there.
Okay.
Or how to get logged in and how do we participate in it and,
Are there permission levels for accessing it?
I'm sure there are.
I would think
I
there
don't
should.
have, that will be a part, there's more training that I'll have to go through, so I'm sure that will all be a part of it.
okay. Anything on the administrative reports that we need to talk about? that we haven't already talked about? That's just on
Sales tax is up.
okay. And, executive session, do we have anything for that?
No, sir, not today.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything else they'd like to bring up before we adjourn the meeting?
I'll say the net RMA is gonna have a economic development, kind of regional economic development discussion about what they do, instead of just building roads, what all they do for communities and stuff like that aside from building roads. So that'll be at Willowbrook on the 28th for lunch. It'll be 11:30 to 1, I believe, or 1:30. I think, Stephanie, I sent you that today, and it's just, I guess you can you forward that to everybody?
Yeah, that'd be great. Willowbrook, and that's.
The 28th.
28.
June 20th, okay.
If you're interested in going, I know Tom Mullins is very heavily involved in it. It sounds interesting to me,
Yeah.
and so we're going.
I know on this whole rails to trails business, you know, and net RMA is who we had to work through, on all that, so, they're part of that, making that move, someday move forward, so.
That'd be something we need to get a table for, if everybody's interested.
I don't think there's any, I'll have to look at the invitation again.
What I did?
I just didn't know if I needed to see about getting a table, if everyone was interested, how that worked, cause I haven't.
From what I got, the save the date deal, it doesn't say how it works or reserve table or anything. I think it's just you show up, you pay for lunch there, and then
There's an email address on it, so if you want to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? I guess we're adjourned.
12:45.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh.